Live from beautiful Long Beach, California, ESPN proudly presents the 50th Men's NCAA Volleyball Championship. And it's a standing room only crowd this evening at the Walter Pyramid as the #1 seed Hawaii Rainbow Warriors take on the defending national champions, the 49ers of Long Beach State. The fourth meeting of the year between these two teams, and this one is for it all. On Thursday night, Hawaii over a very physical team out of the Midwest and Lewis, 3-1, while Long Beach State was outlasting Pepperdine by an identical score of 3-1. Hi everybody, I'm Paul Sunderland, joined by my partner, Olympic silver medalist Mike Dodd. Well, everybody's been looking forward to this one for a long time, and with good reason. It's going to be a heavyweight fight, Michael. But these two teams playing for the fourth time, the margin has been razor thin. But what decides it for the NCAA championship?
You know, Paul, it could be the pyramid itself. Long Beach is 42-0 here, over 3 years of not losing. The mathematician would say that's in their favor. Those of us who played know that that could bring pressure as well. So it'll be interesting to see who rises to the top.
Let's talk about some of the stars we're going to see, and there are an awful lot of them, and they're at the outside hitting position. And two of the very best in the country this year going head-to-head.
Yeah, TJ DeFalco, what can you say? He's done it all, but most of all, 180 aces in his career, a ton of them here in the pyramid. Hawaii, the onus on them is to not let him go on runs. And then Stein Van Tilburg, well, he's only hit .455 in the 3 matches against Long Beach State. So, you know, Long Beach has their eye on Stein and want to stop him at the net.
Long Beach State playing on their home floor, looking to go back-to-back. This was the scene last year as they beat UCLA in another thriller, 3-2. Long Beach State and Hawaii for the national championship. That's right.
The NCAA Men's Volleyball Championship is brought to you by T-Mobile. Whether you're home or away, T-Mobile has you covered. And Tyson. Keep it real. Keep it Tyson.
Well, the world-famous Queen Mary about 15 minutes away as we are set to go for the national championship between the University of Hawaii Rainbow Warriors at 28-2 taking on Long Beach State at 27-2. Let's take a look at the 49ers starters for the defending national champions. This is a very, very experienced team. 6 seniors out there. Ensing, Anderson, Amato, Nick Amato, Josh Tuaniga, last year's National Player of the Year. Jordan Molina will be the libero. Ethan Siegfried moved into the starting lineup. Very, very important. Colton Cowell, outside hitter for the University of Hawaii. Paraponov, Solbrig, Gassman. This is a very, very physical Hawaii team. And then the brothers, Joe and Gage Worsley at the setter and libero, respectively. Alan Knipe in his 16th season, a national champion as a player and now as a head coach. Won the 1991 championship, also the head coach of the U.S. Olympic team at the London Olympics in 2012. His counterpart, Charlie Wade, closing out a decade at the University of Hawaii. Third appearance for Wade in the NCAA tournament. First final for the Rainbow Warriors since 2002. 2015, the Rainbow Warriors lost in the play-in match. They were in the semis in 2017 and were not in the field last year. And Mike Dodd, the Rainbow Warriors thought they were really snubbed last year when they were the only team to beat Long Beach during the regular season. And they've used last year's snub as motivation for this entire year. They're the Rainbow Warriors. Again, Hawaii and Long Beach playing for the fourth time. Each of the three previous meetings went the distance, and 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams have also gone to 5 sets.
There you see University of Hawaii. They're ready to go. Long Beach State. Boy, 42-0 in this building, and to be able to play for the national championship right at home, what a great feeling.
Let's take a look at the tail of the tape. Again, the difference between these two teams during the regular season and in the Big West Conference Championship, Michael, razor thin, 310 to 308 points.
2 points in 3 matches, all going 5 sets, but look at those blocks at the bottom. Long Beach State with a decided advantage. They also lead Hawaii in aces, 23 to 16. So when you're scoring points with stuff blocks and aces, that helps you a long way to get to a national championship. So keep an eye on how Long Beach is serving in particular. They got some bombers.
As the higher seed, Rado Paraponov and the rest of the Rainbow Warriors will be in their home white uniforms, Long Beach State, in their customary black. And interesting that Long Beach State outblocked Hawaii during the course of those 3 matches, because over the course of the year, Hawaii is the best blocking team in the country. And Charlie Wade, head coach for Hawaii, talked about that was an area where Hawaii, if they were going to slow down Long Beach's offense, really had to step up in the blocking phase of the game.
Yeah, blocking is just so important with so much power on the court. You can really get in a hitter's head and slow them down a bit. And there are some great hitters out here tonight. So blocking is going to be a key, and serving as well.
Standing room only crowd ready to decide this national championship. Best 3 out of 5 sets. First 4 sets to 25, and we're underway. Service error by Ethan Siegfried, the 6'1 sophomore, coincidentally out of Honolulu, Hawaii, and going back to serve will be the first team All-American. Joe Worsley led the nation this past year in assists at over 11%. Tuaniga throwing the ball into the deep cross-court corner, but that was well long.
Interesting. Tuaniga comes down with a little smile on his face. It's like, okay, guys, I was a little amped. Sorry about that. Keep passing that way, and I'll run this offense.
I think it's inarguable that we're seeing the best 2 setters in college volleyball in this championship match. Tuaniga for Long Beach State and Worsley on the other side for Hawaii. Paraponov goes high flat. A very good start for a very important player. Rado Paraponov out of Sofia, Bulgaria. First team All-American, but in the 3 matches against Long Beach State really struggled, hitting almost half of his average.
Yeah, Charlie Wade said his back was twinging a little bit, but felt much better this morning at the warm-up.
3-0 start, and then the service error by Worsley, and Long Beach State is on the board. Here is Nick Amato, 6'6", redshirt senior out of Aliso Niguel, a second team All-American. These 2 fine programs dominated the All-American list this season, particularly on the first team. Left side, and Paraponov with a very good start, registering his 2nd kill.
Paraponov showing a little bit of motion there, putting this ball down. then giving it a little pump underneath the net.
Stijn van Tilburg back to serve for the first time out of Amsterdam in the Netherlands. The last 3 years has been a first-team All-American. Simone Andersen, 6'8", sophomore out of Denmark, able to put that ball away. A little international flavor for both of these programs. It's been that way, particularly for Hawaii through the decades.
Yep.
Here is Tuaniga. And Paraponov again. A really important start for number 19 in white for Hawaii.
Boy, I'm telling you, if you were Charlie Wade, you couldn't be more pleased with this start right here. Paraponov seeming a little out of rhythm in the semifinal, but so far the first 3 attacks tonight, right on top of the ball.
Talk about a physical team and a physical specimen. The former football player, Patrick Gassman, 6'10" junior out of Clovis, California, back to serve. Quick transition again. DeFalco ripping. Nice dig into the cross court. And coming right back at you. Stijn van Tilburg, the 6'8" senior, hit .473 on the year, Mike. Number 2 in the nation as an outside hitter.
And that's with everyone knowing where the ball's going. It's just so impressive. TJ DeFalco, the same, hitting at such a high hitting percentage and night in, night out, going against 2-3 blocks sometimes.
Good start for Hawaii on top, 6-2, another tight pass. And an unforced error here. Tuaniga looking to go outside to Kyle Insing.
Give Gassman some credit. He's consistently bringing a nice velocity on that jump serve, getting Long Beach in trouble.
Outstanding start for the Rainbow Warriors, taking on the defending national champions. It's a big weekend for college volleyball. On the Gulf Coast, this is the Hangout in Gulf Shores, Alabama. Of course, the Women's NCAA Beach Volleyball Championships will conclude tomorrow on ESPN, and here in Long Beach, deciding the Men's NCAA Championship. The 50th edition. It all started back in 1970. UCLA won 6 out of the first 10 championships under the legendary Al Skates as Gassman continues to serve. 7-2, quick start for the University of Hawaii. DeFalco off the edge of the block that time. Nice swing on the wrist away, working against Colton Cowell.
Jordan Molina that time just bending the knees, taking that ball right off the ground. Perfect pass. Tuaniga can run the show and feed TJ DeFalco at will. Passing so important.
DeFalco, as we mentioned right before first serve, a first-team All-American all 4 years at Long Beach State, and also just recently named the AVCA National Player of the Year for the second time. Previously won that award as a sophomore in 2017.
Well, there you're going to see Paraponov again, bombing line, but really the credit goes to Colton Cowell. He took DeFalco's best jump serve and passed it on a dime, giving Worsley the chance to run the offense.
Paraponov misses that jump serve, but worth pointing out, Charlie Wade, the head coach for the University of Hawaii, came over to say hello, primarily to you. I get that, but he also said, Paraponov, his back was pretty good. He was very spry at this morning's workout as Andersen goes back to serve for Long Beach State. Cal, nice high swing. Colton Cal, at only 6'2", the junior out of Makawoa, Maui, hitting .390 so far on the year. He is really a solid addition to this experienced lineup for University of Hawaii, along with Long Beach State as well. Ensing dug down the line. High flat again, really good in transition. Van Tilburg registers another kill.
So far, Van Tilburg and Paraponov hitting very high with effective. Great dig right there by Worsley. And here it is again, high off the fingers. Get the job done against 3.
There is Gage Worsley, also a first-team All-American, the younger brother of Joe, doing an outstanding job digging balls. And there is the service error, giving point possession back to Long Beach State. Long Beach State was 28-1 last year, beat UCLA in a 5-set thriller just up the road at Pauley Pavilion to win their second ever national championship. Ensing. Nice play on the step out that time by Solbrig, but missed it wide.
Ethan Siegfried did a nice job at the net, really moving lateral, getting into Solberg's way and causing that unforced error with the block.
I like that little play. You don't see it often in the men's game, that little 1-foot takeoff, but that puts Solbrig on the outside at 6'8", working on Siegfried. Ensing missing the jump serve. One of the things that Alan Knight told me yesterday when we had a pretty lengthy conversation, he wants sustained pressure. Too many missed serves early for any kind of sustained pressure against Hawaii?
No, you don't want to see that. That's the opposite of sustaining pressure and keeping pressure on.
There's Dalton Solbrig out of Lindenhurst, Illinois. Paraponov blocked but out of bounds. Amato, number 25 in black, thought that he had this stuff blocked, but it was off the hands and out of bounds. Paraponov now with 5 quick kills.
What a great start for number 19 out of Bulgaria.
And again, he really struggled. Smart choice.
Yeah.
Really struggled in the 3 matches previously against Long Beach. Ace serve! Solbrig dials up the ace.
You don't think Solbrig's fired up? Look at that. Goes right over to the team and says, yes, I'm the man. I'm going to serve up another one.
Long Beach State has already used one of its 2 allotted timeouts. Also, a quick reminder, the video replay challenge system is being utilized. Nice cover by Ensing. And unforced error down the line that time. Into the antenna by Siegfried and out of bounds. And Hawaii now with a commanding opening set lead. Alan Knipe also told me yesterday this match, like all the other 3, is going to have a lot of ebbs and flows. These teams are so good, they can, quite frankly, dominate one another for stretches of time. You don't want those stretches to be too long.
Yep. And how do you respond?
And misses that ball out of bounds.
Interesting dynamic, Paul. Going back to serve Ethan Siegfried. He's from Hawaii. You know he's played against a ton of these guys. Club volleyball growing up. And now he's playing for Long Beach. Just recently became a starter. What a moment.
Hawaii is hitting a cool 700. A serve dialed up by Siegfried.
And it's interesting, the last series through the line, Siegfried had a difficult time attacking against Hawaii, made a couple unforced errors, and now you come back and you get an ace and you can get your momentum and your whole mojo back into this match.
Siegfried is playing his best volleyball at exactly the right time. Comes up empty there. He was a defensive specialist and serving sub until the second meeting against Hawaii, which was here at the Pyramid a couple of weeks ago. Put up 16 kills, a career high, and he's been in the starting lineup ever since. Here is Worsley. Tough serve into the cross court, called out of bounds, and we might have our first challenge. The linesman was pretty emphatic. And not going to have a challenge. That ball ruled out of bounds. So
Falco was doing a pretty good job of selling it over there on the sidelines, calling it out all the way. Nothing like a little gamesmanship out there.
Trevor Briggs, number 6 in black, the redshirt sophomore out of Valencia, California. On to serve, and he misses that out of bounds. That is 4 service errors now for Long Beach State, 5 for Hawaii.
I'm sure Alan Knight means sustained pressure, which means go for it, serve tough, get him in trouble. But the more serves you miss, you're right, Paul, you're taking the pressure off.
Here is Van Tilburg. DeFalco off the edge of the block and down. TJ DeFalco has spent a lot of time playing for the U.S. national team the last couple of summers. The 6'4" senior out of nearby Huntington Beach, California.
And here you see DeFalco going up high off the hands of Parapunov. And, you know, it's often talked about will, imposing your will, and TJ DeFalco has will on that court.
Ball set tight. Very, very smart swing that time by Cal.
Colton Cowell, just 6'2". Siegfried for Long Beach, just 6'1". It seems like every great team has that smaller outside hitter, that scrappy defender, that guy that fires the team up, and they're both out here playing their best ball. Well,
it just proves that if you're a really good all-around volleyball player, you can survive in the land of giants.
Absolutely.
Jakob Telle on to serve. And off the top of the block and down. DeFalco registers back-to-back kills.
TJ with a real nice series through the front row, and now it's time for him to step up and do one of the things he does best on a volleyball court, and that's serve up the jumpies.
The all-time leader in aces at Long Beach State with 180 for his career. Had 2 aces in the semifinals against Pepperdine. And misses that one. You mentioned it, Michael. Obviously, it's an advantage. It's a comfort level for Long Beach State playing in their home arena. Standing room only crowd, but I'll tell you, it's some added pressure as well.
Oh, absolutely.
They have had a target on their back for not only this year, but the last couple of seasons. And I spoke with head coach Alan Knight about that yesterday, and he said, look, it's just the culture and just what we've built here. We've been good for a while. Semifinals 4 years ago, semifinals following that, and then the championship last year, and then into the championship match this year.
Well, Duaniga and DeFalco, they've been playing together since the 8th grade, and they've been coveted since the 8th grade. So these guys know about pressure. They can handle that.
There's Carlos Rivera, 6'3" sophomore out of Puerto Rico on to serve. Ensing misses that in transition. Things seem to have calmed a little bit. Hawaii was just absolutely rolling, particularly from the service line. Long Beach State finding some rhythm in the side out in transition. Going back to serve once again is Colton Cowell. Back row quick, TJ DeFalco cracking out of the back row.
That's about a 8.5-foot broad jump. He is right at the middle line when he finishes with this hit. Just beating that ball.
DeFalco now with 4 kills. Here is Ensing. Long Beach State trailing by half a dozen. Joust at the net, won by Worsley.
Worsley gives a little bit of a flex down. Nothing worse than losing the joust to the setter. But they win so many because those who jump last usually win those jousts.
Hawaii doing a pretty good job getting the ball on Ensing. Parapunov is dug down the line but cannot be controlled. by Jordan Molina, and the lead continues to grow for the Rainbow Warriors out of Hawaii, now 21-13.
And for Parapunov continuing to just beat that ball, that time from the 10-foot line. In transition, scoring points for Hawaii.
Anastasiades back to serve. Both coaches going to their benches for some strength from the service line. Ensing off the edge of the block and down. Just the first kill for Ensing, who struggled in the semifinals. Ensing was only 6 of 21. He was superb from the service line. The first team All-American did come up with 6 aces, but really struggled offensively.
Ensing's such a great athlete, though, Paul. He digs, he makes all kinds of plays. He's a force at the net. Even when he wasn't getting those kills, he was getting aces and doing other things.
That ball missed out of bounds, out of the middle by Rassman, number 15 in white. Gassman, the 6'10" junior, missing that. Struggling with the flu in the semifinals, but the staff at the University of Hawaii telling us that he's just fine on this Saturday evening in Long Beach and ready to go. Overpass. Timing not quite there.
I'm not so sure that wasn't a quick outside to DeFalco, and Amato just so high got his hand on it.
Amato at 6'6" got to that, and Charlie Wade will call a timeout. We'll step aside here at Long Beach. The defending national champions starting to make a run to get back into this opening set. Coming up this Sunday, of course, is Cinco de Mayo, so it's only fitting that we have Game 2 of the Mexico series at Estadio do Baseball in Monterrey between the Astros and the Angels. That's 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific on ESPN and the ESPN app, so you can watch from anywhere. Back with Mike Dodd, I'm Paul Sunderland here in Long Beach. The Walter Pyramid, standing room only crowd on hand. It's a small building, and this was one of the toughest tickets anybody could find. I think it's okay to mention a ticket broker, StubHub, had tickets online yesterday for $1,000. Poor set to the outside, that ball into the antenna, and it's going to be Long Beach State's volleyball. What's changed here, Michael?
I mean, I think it's more the will of TJ DeFalco and the 49ers. They're being out-hit. Hawaii's hitting 600, they're hitting 211, but they're somehow finding a way, scrapping a way to get themselves back into this first set. And even if they don't win, they're going to get some momentum to carry into the second.
Parapunov is now a perfect 7 for 7. He's been carrying Hawaii so far in this opening set.
And you mentioned it before, Paul, struggled in the first 3 matches against Long Beach, and Charlie Wade is just on cloud 9 right now with the start that Parapunov has had to this first set.
Hawaii leading 22-17. Insane, good cover that time by DeFalco. Little confusion, and DeFalco saving the day as he has for the last 4 years for Long Beach State. A spectacular swing.
The will of a lion. What an insane cover to start the play to begin with. Helping your teammates, doing the little things that wasn't always maybe part of TJ DeFalco's character and makeup. He was always great, but now he's a great teammate, and that's way more important.
Combination play, and that's going to be a violation of the 3-meter line. And here comes Long Beach State. Hawaii led it early, 7-2. They led 21-16, and now Long Beach State is back within 3.
I love Nick Amato. He brings so much energy to his team.
Parapunov off the top. A huge kill. Parapunov is now a perfect 8 for 8. Just underway, but you would think with the way Hawaii was so good early, they got to close out this opening set.
Absolutely. That would be a dagger to lose this first set after being in complete control 90% of the set.
Brett Rosenmeyer out of Virginia Beach will go back to serve. Hawaii 2 points away from taking the opening set. And Rosenmeyer, the serving and defensive specialist, misses that into the top of the tape. But you made the point, Michael. Even if Long Beach State loses this opening set, they got to feel they've righted the ship.
They've righted the ship. They've gotten momentum. They've gotten the crowd back into it. More importantly, Hawaii was silencing the crowd at the start of this set.
Parapunov stuffed by DeFalco.
What a block. Full swing, pressing into the seam, and stuffy.
What a perfect pass. And out of bounds. And the middles for Hawaii have been so good, and they are both really struggling. Solbrig and Gatzman have yet to record a kill.
Tuaniga getting his rhythm, getting his momentum. An interesting story, Paul. I talked to some of the students over there in this rabid section to our right. I said, what is that ooh-ah? So it's always 3 ooh-ahs right before Tuaniga serve. Is it a ritual? Is it some kind of thing? And they said, no, we just, he actually started talking to us his freshman year. He said, someone started doing it. He said, I really like it. And now it's just tradition. Before the whistle, it's always 3 ooh-ahs right before Tuaniga serves, and he's got his rhythm going right now.
The 6'3" senior again was last year's AVCA National Player of the Year, a 3-time first-team All-American. This year, his teammate DeFalco was the AVCA National Player of the Year for the 2nd time. Now all of a sudden there is a lot of pressure on Hawaii to close out this opening set. I mentioned that Hawaii led 7-2 and 21-16. Actually, the biggest lead for Hawaii was 21-14, but Long Beach State currently on an 8-2 run. And really surprising that the middles are struggling, yet to record a kill for Hawaii.
Yeah, and there was a part in the middle of that phase where TJ DeFalco just kind of said, I am not going to be stopped. They weren't perfect sets. They were kind of broken plays, and 2 or 3 times he went up and just blasted off at the top of Hawaii's block and got Long Beach back into this.
Parapunov against 3 blockers. Good high swing. Smart play by number 17, Colton Cow.
The little spark plug takes advantage. Long Beach with a massive 3-man block up on Parapunov, and Colton just kind of hanging at the net, ready to pounce. And that block just landed right on top of the net, unfortunately for Long Beach.
Here is Gassman, set point number 1. Cracked out of the middle by Anderson.
Not yet, says Long Beach, not yet. Simone Anderson out of Denmark. Such a willing middle, always up there, always ready. Doesn't get set a ton, but that was a perfect choice from Tuaniga.
And now DeFalco back to serve, the all-time leader in aces for Long Beach State. Set point number 2 for Hawaii. Takes a little bit off that. Paraponov again over the top, dug by DeFalco. Right on top. Solbrig with the kill, number 11 in white. And Hawaii is able to get this one into the corral, 25-23, but after leading big, it was not easy, Mike Dodd. Teams will change sides. Hawaii up 1-0. You're watching the 50th edition of the Men's NCAA Volleyball Championship from Long Beach, California. Settle in, get comfortable. We're going to be here for a while. Just getting started. Hawaii head coach Charlie Wade has been in the news for an off-court matter leading up to today's championship. Last Wednesday, the Orange County Register reported Wade is under investigation for alleged sexual misconduct by the U.S. Center for Safe Sport. He also has been suspended since September for partaking in any USA Volleyball sanctioned events. The allegations reportedly involve a female athlete who played for Wade in the 1990s. A day after the Register's report, Hawaii released a statement in which Wade, quote, strongly denies any misconduct. Wade declined additional comment when asked about the matter yesterday. The Wade matter was revealed a day after a Long Beach State assistant coach resigned in the wake of a report disclosing he was sanctioned by Safe Sport following a sexual misconduct probe involving a female athlete several years ago at an event in Canada. Scott Tuzinski stepped down, saying he felt his presence, quote, would be a distraction during what is a critical time for Long Beach State as they pursue a back-to-back championship. Mentioned that Hawaii into the championship for the second time. They won in 2002 back at Penn State over Pepperdine, but eventually that title was vacated, ruling that Hawaii had used ineligible athletes. Long Beach State won their first title. Alan Knipe was an All-American on that team back in 1991, and then they won their second championship just last year over UCLA. Things that stuck out to you in that opening set?
Well, I think Paraponov was outstanding for one and really set the tone for Hawaii, but at the end of the set, I mean, Hawaii won it, but it felt like Long Beach State really was the one that gained the most out of that first set, even by taking a loss.
Joe Worsley, the All-American setter, will get things underway. Nice stab by Van Tilburg in the cross court. And a chance for Hawaii to strike first. Paraponov is rejected. 3 big blockers in black for Long Beach.
Tuaniga over there, the third blocker. Let's see who gets this. Tuaniga is the most fired up, and Amato is always coming down, turning to his teammates and just getting them jacked up. Love the way Amato plays this game.
The best body language in college volleyball by far. And it matters. That ball might have been going long. Quick play out of the middle, and it cannot be saved by Ensing. And finally, Gassman gets on the board after both he and Solbrig being so effective in their semifinal win. The middle attackers for Hawaii.
Great effort from Kyle Ensing over here, ramming into the table, the scorer's table, trying to get that ball. Stars of your team laying it on the line. It means a lot. What a cover.
Beautiful set. Tip over the top. Tuaniga is there. Both liberos lighten it up on Tilburg. Off of Anderson and out of bounds. Very nice play in transition by Hawaii in white.
Look at this cover. Laying out. And here's the finish. Anderson with a great read, pressed way over, and the ball just tooled off his hands out of bounds.
Before first serve, we talked about the matchup between the All-Americans, Van Tilburg and TJ DeFalco at the outside hitting position. But don't anybody go to sleep on the liberos.
The liberos are outstanding. Great defense, covering and setting in transition. A lot of setting.
Here is Tuaniga. DeFalco #1 all-time in aces. Tuaniga is #8 on that list. And he misses that jump serve into the top of the tape. ESPN's coverage of the NCAA Championship continues tomorrow with the NCAA Beach Volleyball Championship at 2 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. For more information, go to ncaa.com. The official online home for all 90 NCAA championships. The UCLA Bruins into the finals, looking to make it 2 in a row. That ball missed over the top. And Gassman unable to make a play at the defensive end. Tied at 3 if you're just joining us for the national championship. 4th meeting of the year between Hawaii and Long Beach. Long Beach won the 2 meetings here at the Pyramid. Hawaii returned the favor before 10,000 at the Stan Sheriff Center in Honolulu. Hawaii got out to the quick lead 7-2, 21-14. but had to really scratch and claw to close out the opening set, 25-23.
Well, Kyle Ensing got that last kill, and that's just his second here going into the second set, and he had a bit of trouble in the semifinal, had a slow start tonight here in the first set. Long Beach State has to have that guy come out and start getting some kills and getting the job done on his side.
Great point, Michael, because Ensing averages 3.6 kills per set. And ace serve! Beautiful serve into the seam that time between Cowell and Van Tilburg.
Well, we mentioned it before. DeFalco make that 181 in a career that is just so unbelievable. 4 years in a row, first team All-American. That's prized company he's in with.
That serve missed into the top of the tape, and that's a break for Hawaii and their head coach, Charlie Wade, who told us yesterday at practice the one thing that Hawaii really has to focus on is getting DeFalco and Ensing off the service line. Don't let them get confident and go for runs. And Paraponov comes right back and misses that jump serve. A little bit similar to the start of the opening set when both teams were exchanging service errors. Here is Simone Anderson, freshman All-American last year, only hit .565 on the year. Paraponov again. Paraponov in the first set was 8 for 11 with only 1 error and registers another kill.
Really in a good rhythm so far. Paraponov, back row right now, really gives Hawaii an added advantage in transition.
Here's Cowell. Really good offense, good swing down the line by Siegfried. And Tuaniga doing his job, getting his undersized outside hitter one-on-one.
Yeah, getting all your hitters involved. That's what a great setter does. Tuaniga sees the advantage, gets his young guy a nice opportunity one-on-one out there, and Siegfried bringing his energy as well to the team.
Siegfried with his first kill. He had 7 on 17 swings in Long Beach State's semifinal win on Thursday night. There's Alan Knight trying to do it all. Won a national championship as a player, now as a coach. And Long Beach State is his home. Played here, an assistant coach for Ray Rattel. Took the sabbatical to coach the U.S. Olympic team in 2012. I asked him yesterday if he was a lifer, and he just looked at me kind of funny. He said, ask me a question where you don't know the answer.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer.
His son is going to be playing for him next year.
That'll be fun. String of missed serves from both teams now. Let's see if someone gets this serve in and get some action going.
Nice play out of the middle that time by Colton Cowell. Not only passing the ball perfectly, but also taking advantage on the back row combination.
Yeah, bringing a lot of energy to his team. Just 6'2". First saw him play in the 4-man tournaments around Southern California. Loves to play beach volleyball as well.
Now, I talked to Charlie Wade yesterday. They took a trip to Japan in November of 2018, so not that long ago, and they kind of changed their personality in terms of serving during that trip. They were just coming out being really reckless and just bombing away when they did serve in. Japanese receivers had no problem with it. He told me yesterday they serve in 87% of the time. They're way below that mark so far on the day.
Good soft block there.
DeFalco is able to tuck that ball inside. Nobody plays faster in transition than Tuaniga to the outside to DeFalco. That's the trip to Japan that I was talking about. It really helped solidify the personality for this Hawaii Rainbow Warrior team. They went on to have a spectacularly successful season, 28-2 on the year. Their only 2 losses were in this building in 5 sets to Long Beach State. Here is Amato. Cover by Worsley, kept alive, and an opportunity here for Long Beach State. Ensing deep into the cross-court corner.
Wow, great defense, great reactions on both sides. Here's a great cover by Worsley. And then Ensing getting another kill. I think that's 3 now. Ensing, he gets his motor running. Long Beach State is going to be happy.
3 kills for Ensing, a 3-0 run for Amato and Long Beach State. Worsley took a look, outside to Paraponov. Wrist away, straight down the line. Wow. Parapunov now in double figures with 10 kills.
Just didn't have a lot of room to slide that through and delivered. What a hit.
Good block that time by Gassman with some help from Parapunov. That is a big block. 6'10". Gassman, Parapunov at 6'9".
Yeah, Hawaii doing a real good job at getting out at another super fast set to DeFalco. That time setting up their block just in time. Parapunov got all of that.
That is the first stuff block for Hawaii. They average 2.7. That ball is served out of bounds. 2.7 blocks per set. That is number 1 this year in men's college volleyball.
But they're not playing Long Beach State every night.
They are not.
That's not going to help your
But they're
block
playing
average.
some pretty good teams.
Absolutely.
Charlie Wade having a quick visit with Bill Wolf, the second referee.
How about playing for the national championship and both schools are out of the Big West Conference?
think Charlie Wade was complaining to one of the committee members that the rabid fans for Long Beach State, now that teams have changed sides, were giving the business to the Hawaii.
Hawaii is in the eye of the storm right
Well,
now.
that's what you call the home court advantage.
Yeah, exactly. That's sports.
Hey, they're the Rainbow Warriors, you know. Warrior up. Ace serve, that right on the sideline.
Colton did a 1 quarter try to sell this as out. All players said that's good. Ace to the Warrior.
Third service ace for Long Beach State. Ace serve again.
No, he didn't just win the Masters. He served up 2 aces in the biggest match of the year.
Timeout called by Hawaii. Long Beach State, Josh Tuaniga doing it for the serve from the service line for the defending NCAA champions. Long Beach on top, 13-9. Let's take a look at the Capital One Cup standings update as teams combine for a $400,000 scholarship donation from Capital One. On the men's side, North Dakota State, followed by Virginia, the men's NCAA basketball champions, Clemson, Maryland, Stanford, and where else and who else but the Stanford Cardinals currently on top of the women's standings. Coming out of the timeout, Long Beach State on a really good run here. A 6-2 run and a 13-9 advantage. And that ball served out of bounds. Good timeout called by Charlie Wade, now in his 10th year as head coach at the University of Hawaii. Service story so far for Long Beach State, 9 service errors, 4 aces. But again, the message from head coach Alan Knight was sustained pressure. And I don't think we've seen that from either team quite yet, Mike. What do you think?
We haven't.
Jakob Telle, 6'6" freshman out of Norway on to serve. Anderson straight down, working on Solberg.
Another perfect pass from Siegfried that time. Setting up Anderson to Aniga, mixing it up so well. And that's another kill out of the middle for Long Beach. And for Hawaii, let's keep an eye on their middles. Right now they're hitting 0 and -200. No production at all practically from the middles, and Hawaii's going to have to do that because they can't keep getting everything from Parapuno.
Parapunov is dug down the line, but a net will be called against Long Beach State. Anderson got that out of the middle, number 13 in black. Yeah, I couldn't agree more, Michael. That pass was pretty good. Good enough for Worsley to get the ball into the middle.
Yep.
And against a very physical team from Lewis that went 6'8", 6'9", 6'7" across the front. The middle blockers for Hawaii were very, very good as that ball is missed badly out of bounds by Colton Cowell. Just to finish the thought on Hawaii's middles, they were 14 of 22 with just 1 error in the semifinals that have been very, very quiet so far.
There you see Cowell, who hit that free ball out, but you got to give Tuaniga a lot of credit going up there, getting in his face and causing the distraction factor.
There is Carlos Rivera once again out of Puerto Rico coming on to serve. Came to Orange County, went to Newport Harbor High School to advance his career as a volleyball player. Puerto Rico. Volleyball is really, really popular. They've got a strong men's and women's professional league where you will see a lot of these players, senior laden, both Hawaii and Long Beach State. DeFalco, Tuaniga, Ensing, they'll all be moving on to the professional ranks, as will Van Tilburg. Boy, that is such a brilliant set by Tuaniga, getting the ball to Amato.
Tuaniga takes a little victory lap. Amato turning around, getting everybody jacked up. That is sweet. That's just sweet. It's a lot of practice, kids. That doesn't happen automatically. Day in, day out practice, getting your rhythm, getting your timing, knowing your teammates.
Ensing with a service error, but Long Beach continues to lead. Now 16-13, Hawaii up 1-0, holding on to take the opening set 25-23 after having a big lead 21-14. They have added some security and maybe some much needed, there you see in the blue shirts,
yep,
some much needed security down at the Long Beach student section.
Anastasiadis back to serve, Paul. I thought I'd take that one on for you.
Ooh, tip to the floor by Tuaniga.
Tuaniga, besides giving incredible energy to his teammates right now, is just playing such a smart game and mixing things up so well. He's really got the Hawaii blockers out of sync.
Mentioned last year he was the AVCA National Player of the Year. He was also the most outstanding player in the national championships. Still to the outside, Van Tilburg is dug.
Roll shot, sweetness. So on that play, Tuaniga's up blocking, and that ball is dug on the complete other side of the court. He's got to lay out and bump that ball straight up on top of his head. And then DeFalco, bring a little beach. Seen that at the Manhattan six-man a few times.
That was really a smart play. And Alan Knipe, his head coach, just has such respect for TJ DeFalco and what he's done for this program at Long Beach State. You talked about how he had grown as a teammate, but also Coach Knipe telling me that he just sees the game a play ahead.
Yep, all the great ones do, Paul.
Yep. Ensing out of the back row, and Van Tilburg will run out of real estate.
Thought he was going to hop right up on our table there, Paul. Thought better of it. A lot of slippery papers up here.
And Kyle Ensing, and you pointed it out, after a similarly slow start as he had in the semifinals against Pepperdine, Ensing, wearing number 5 in black, the 6'7" senior out of Valencia, California, starting to heat it up a little bit here for Long Beach.
And give Tuaniga credit. Smart setting, getting your guns back into it, getting him the right situations and putting them there.
Briggs on to serve once again. There's a nice play out of the middle. Hawaii needs a lot more of that, as you pointed out, Michael.
I mean, it's not like Worsley can't do it. I mean, he's proven he can set any ball from anywhere. Just a matter of, not falling in love so much with a hot player. Parapunov is hot. He's playing great. But one guy is not going to beat Long Beach State. You got to get everybody involved.
Tight pass. Nice cover by Molina, the libero. And Ensing is blocked on the outside. Colton Cowell, number 17 in white. The stuff block for Hawaii.
That's great redemption for Cowell, because he hit a free ball overpass out, and then that one he got kind of tentative and got dug on it and came back and got the big block.
Second block in the match for the Rainbow Warriors. Worsley is there, nice save, but Hawaii running out of real estate. Parapunov.
Keep an eye on Parapunov.
He's been playing with a very, very sore back the latter stages of this season, and he went down hard.
And got up very gingerly, Paul. You see him with his hands on his wrist. We've seen a couple times hitting here on the outside. His shirt goes up and he's got that K white, that tape on his back. Touching it there. Keep an eye. Getting the other players involved is even more important in this situation. What a serve.
High flat swing dug by Molina quickly to the outside, and a better block. And Hawaii, we talked about it before the match, Michael. Tuaniga, and why not, loves to go to DeFalco late in sets and in transition. And Hawaii's big block was right there waiting.
Again, Parapunov is sealing that line.
Third stuff block for Hawaii. Ball set a little bit tight and missed out of bounds by DeFalco.
Gasman doing a real good job of just getting enough heat on that jump serve, throwing off the Long Beach passers, creating difficulty. And Alan Knight, what a good coaching job. Great time for a timeout.
Hawaii making a run, now trailing Long Beach by 2, 20-18. Tomorrow on ESPN at 2 Eastern, we'll have the NCAA Beach Volleyball Championship duel from Gulf Place Beach in Gulf Shores, Alabama. You can also, of course, watch streaming live on the ESPN app from anywhere. UCLA waits in the wings there in the championship match, and they'll take on the winner of USC and LSU. There is the hangout once again in Gulf Shores, Alabama. Watch party going on. USC won the first 2 beach volleyball titles, if memory serves, and UCLA won last year, looking to go back-to-back, just like Long Beach State, back with Olympic silver medalist Mike Dodd. Simone Anderson out of the middle, nice response coming out of the timeout. 4 kills now for Anderson, and that ends a 4-1 run for Hawaii.
What another great set from Tuaniga off of a perfect pass from TJ DeFalco, a difficult one to pass, short on his right side. Passed it perfectly.
There is DeFalco now with 8 kills and already an ace so far in the match. Hawaii making a concerted effort. That's going to be a double contact. Molina with the diving save, but then also kicked the ball, so consecutive contacts and the violation call.
Yeah, DeFalco was very upset on that play. He was lined up perfectly for the dig, and Molina kind of dove right across his platform.
And Joe Worsley heard you. He's making a concerted effort to get the ball into the middle.
He is.
Parapunov, Hawaii trailing by only 2. Back row, quick combination, and 9 kills now for the 4-time All-American, TJ DeFalco.
Great choice again. Tuaniga. Anderson gets the blocker up, and here comes DeFalco like a freight train. So difficult to block that offense when Long Beach State gets a good pass.
Anderson into the cross court. Nice pass by Worsley. And down the line, number 17, Colton Cowell, continues to put up really good numbers. That's now 5 kills on 9 swings.
Well, in the win in Hawaii, he had 18 kills. He hit 471. So this kid is rising to the occasion and really getting the job done. That's a big block, and NC's got to seal that line when the block is set up that early on.
Yeah, the 6 Maui is really playing superbly at the start of this match.
What a cover.
Worsley with a good block on the outside. And Hawaii now is starting to assert themselves in the blocking phase. Remember, the best blocking team statistically in the country now back within 1.
Almost like a carbon copy of the first set, in that Hawaii had a great, comfortable lead throughout the first set, and Hawaii and Long Beach came back on them, and now Long Beach's been ahead this whole set, and Hawaii's making the comeback.
Both coaches yesterday, who could adjust, who could fight through a period where you were being outplayed, and both teams have shown that so far. Long Beach in the first set, and here Hawaii in the second, and a timeout is called by Long Beach. The defending national champions on top 22-21. A critical stage of this match as Alan Knipe, now in his 16th year at his alma mater, an important visit with his All-American TJ DeFalco. But it was Rado Parapunov, the 6'9 junior out of Sofia, Bulgaria, who really got things started for Hawaii.
Rado is really doing the job. A lot of these sets were early on in the first set. He's off to, I think, 7 straight kills and hasn't slowed down a bit. He's still getting the job done.
Parapunov now with 11 kills on 17 swings. Things are starting to even out a little bit. Surprise, surprise, between these two teams in terms of hitting percentage. Hawaii had the huge early advantage. And you see the first set, second set difference, but things start to even out a little bit between these two outstanding teams. And there are a lot of surprises in life, Michael, but nobody was surprised that these two teams advanced to play for the national championship this year.
I think this is going to be a real critical 5-point stretch for Long Beach State. You do not want to go down 0-2 right here.
Well, just like in the opening set, even though Hawaii had the big lead, the pressure was on them late. Complete role reversal. Long Beach had a big lead early, and now they're only leading by 1.
Let's see how they respond.
Colton Cowell going back to the line. He has been really good so far. And misses it out of bounds. Is that a serve, Michael, that you have to keep in, or is there still time on the clock?
I mean, I know you want to keep the pressure on, but I got to think at a certain point, if I were a coach and I've just gone on a 3-point run, I would say, and my blockers are blocking, I'd say, take a little off that. Let's just keep the pressure on. But
perfect pass.
What a dig.
Dug by Insing, but Siegfried can't get there for the second contact. And
Tough
Van
break.
Tilburg, who's been a little quiet, with a kill down the line.
Yeah, that's 4 for him, and that was a tough break for Insing. Sometimes those digs will just stick in the net and give the players a chance to get them. That one just spun straight down.
Solbrig back at the line. Well, you got to keep this one in, don't you? I guess not.
Live by the sword, die by the sword, Paul. Fans are on their feet.
Set point number 1 for Siegfried and Long Beach State to even this match at a set apiece.
Will Worsley go back to the middle? Save.
Stuff blocked by Amato, and we're tied at a set apiece. Well, why would it be any different, Michael? The first 3 meetings right down to the wire, they each went 5 sets. Like I said, get comfortable. Be sure to stay hydrated. We're going to be here a while. Tied at a set apiece.
Well, the celebration is on at Gulf Shores, Alabama. Side of the women's NCAA Beach Volleyball Championships. The finals coming up tomorrow, of course, on ESPN. Back here at the Pyramid at Long Beach State, we're tied at a set apiece. Hawaii winning 25-23 and then 25-22. Long Beach State returning the favor. Back with Mike Dodd, I'm Paul Sunderland. Very similar opening sets, and we talked about the All-American setters and decision-making at the end, and also, of course, that Hawaii's got to clean up their serving game, but Josh Tuaniga has really been making some good choices.
Yeah, Josh Tuaniga has been doing a great job of mixing things up and getting all of his players involved, getting Ensing actually just kind of out of a funk, setting him up for some great plays, and just mixing things up. Great serving and great energy. Look at that energy. His eyes tell you the story. He's a leader. He's a natural-born leader, and he communicates with his eyes with the players out there on the court and lets them know that they've got support, and that's what you want in your leader.
Well, and speaking of that, the first-team All-American and 3 times in that category is Tuaniga. You look at the hitting percentage for Long Beach, way below their season average in the opening set at .273, and somewhat better in the second. But Hawaii, much better as a team in terms of hitting efficiency, but their serving numbers are awful. 1 ace, 14 errors, but a lot of those errors coming at really inopportune times, the end of the second set being a perfect example.
Errors when your team is on a roll, when you've got back-to-back blocks and things are going well, and Long Beach takes a timeout. They're on the verge of going down 0-2, and you have a chance to really let your defense and your block do the talking, and you miss the serves, and you just breathe fresh air into Long Beach State, and they took advantage, to their credit.
Underway in the third, pass, and then set tight to the outside, but the 6'8" senior out of Amsterdam, Stijn van Tilburg, able to get that ball to the floor.
Yeah, real smart shot by Van Tilburg, just going up and throwing it through the block and down. Tight set, and he took advantage and turned lemons into lemonade.
Van Tilburg now with 5 kills on 9 swings. Remember, in the match that Hawaii won over in the islands, he was 26 for 45 with no errors. Worsley with a dig down the line. Little confusion there. Quick transition, Van Tilburg through the Long Beach block and down.
Great awareness by Hawaii. They had a stuffed block right on top of Amato's head, and it came back over the net, and they covered it up and then got it out to Van Tilman on the outside. Van Tilburg.
There is Worsley, who has 26 aces on the year, but only 6'1". Still a pretty dangerous server. Working on DeFalco. Nice dig by Worsley. That's Gage the libero.
Another throwdown. But Long Beach is in the net. No argument here. Gage Worsley. Lay it out. That's good defense, Paul.
6'1" sophomore out of Moraga, California. First team All-American, averaging 2.5 digs per set. Oh, that was just a miss by Tuaniga.
Yep. Difficulty
Speed
degree
kills
of 10.
sometimes.
Difficult degree of 10 on that. Yeah, this is just... Most of the time his sets get out there so fast and then they die right before the end. That one just kept going.
Worsley again on a nice little serving run for Hawaii to open this third set. Paraponov, no, going outside. Van Tilburg off the edge of the block and down. And look at this, Hawaii quickly out 5-0. And a timeout is called by Long Beach State. We'll step aside. Tied at a set apiece, but a really good response by Hawaii. We'll have game 4 for you between the Raptors and the 76ers tomorrow at 3:30 Eastern on ABC, ESPN Deportes, and the ESPN app as well. Philadelphia leads the series behind Joel Embiid with 2-1 over Kawhi Leonard and the Toronto Raptors. NBA Countdown gets it started at 3 Eastern. Worsley again.
What a dig.
Into Amato, nicely done by Tuaniga, staying very. How are setters aggressive? You often hear that about attackers, but how can a setter be aggressive?
Well, this is an aggressive set right here. Amato got dug on the first play, and no one's expecting Tuaniga to go back to him. And no one loves it more than Amato that he did go back to him and get him a chance to redeem himself. Again, building up your players at the right time.
Worsley with the perfect pass, back row combination. One-handed flick to the outside, and Tuaniga with the delivery, as you mentioned, number 10 going to number 11,
yeah.
And they've been doing it since 8th grade.
And you see Amato go straight to Tuaniga and say, thank you, because I shanked that free ball right into the middle of the net. Tuaniga comes over with a one-hander out to DeFalco. That's just sweet stuff. Since the 8th grade, they've been doing that, Paul. Ooh, deep dish. What a cover.
Roll shot again, and it's going to be a net violation. Parapunov was there on the cover, but a net violation on Hawaii.
There's the tight pass. Tuaniga, one-hand beauty. DeFalco was in the same rhythm. He knew that ball was going to still be delivered to the right spot, one hand or two. And that's what great hitters do. They finish the great sets from setters. But sometimes you catch your hitter off guard. They're not ready for that.
Oh, that ball floats just over the end line.
There goes Amato. What energy. Man, that guy's gonna do something in life, I tell you. Can't have that much fire and not.
Van Tilburg, who's going to have a very busy couple of weeks. More on that in a moment. Back to the line. Tip to the floor by Tuaniga.
Like he just went yard in baseball. He just stood there at home plate and watched it. Threw that down so quick. Another perfect pass, setting it all up.
Second kill for Tuaniga. Helps to be left-handed. That ball tipped nicely over the top. Tuaniga. That ball's going to be ruled on the floor, and no complaints from Long Beach State. That was very, very close.
Real good communication between the officials, I think. One was blocked out, the other stepped in and made the right call.
Mentioned that Stijn van Tilburg, the 6'8" senior from Amsterdam in the Netherlands, going to be very busy. The Hawaii team will fly home tomorrow, and then on Wednesday, he's going to skip graduation, fly to the Netherlands, join the Dutch national team, and compete all summer long. And his country will host the Olympic qualification that also includes the United States. So he's got a very, very important summer coming his way. The Dutch, particularly in the 90s, one of the best programs in the world. That ball almost served out of bounds. Molina with a perfect pass, and Ensing off of Parapunov and out of bounds.
Another sweet set, setting up Ensing. Another great play also by Molina, waiting to the very last second because that ball looked like it was coming out, and then he passed it. Perfect.
Ensing now with 5 kills so far. Early in the third set, DeFalco leading the way with 11. Hawaii leading 7-5 after going out to the quick 5-0 lead. Parapunov. Siegfried off the edge, still alive, but Hawaii can't continue the play.
Great swing by Siegfried. You see how his players love him. Tuaniga almost buries him with a bear hug, saying, keep it up, little guy. A paddler in Hawaii. These guys are tough. Don't mess with Hawaiians, Paul. They're tough.
Once again, watch out for Hawaii trying to get the ball into the middle if they can. They're middle attackers and right on cue. Worsley knows it as well. Does he go back to it? No. Parapunov! Oh! Blocked by Siegfried.
Set up with Anderson taking away the middle. Then they go outside and Siegfried, full swing, up, gets that right hand on it, sealing the seam. Press over, man. Nice job.
7-2 run now for Long Beach State.
What a dig.
Tuaniga right on the spot. Not a good set that time at all.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait.
No, that's a good
No
good
touch?
call. I don't think there was a touch. We might have a challenge. The officials called 4 contacts. I do not think that shot by Ensing.
Yeah. He did a good job. The set was so tight, he almost
Yeah.
lifted it straight up. Here he's going to lift up.
I think that was into the top of the tape. I don't think it
Yeah,
caught
it
him.
was very close.
Yep. And we'll have no challenge. Nice dig by Worsley. Anderson was all on top of the ball.
A good save. Whoa.
Down the line, one-hand stab.
Oh,
That should be Hawaii's ball.
they're going to give it. Ooh.
That's the right call.
Yeah.
The ball exits the court on your side. It's deemed that the block and its impetus deflected that ball out of bounds. Of course, the Long Beach fans don't agree. Smart play by Worsley. Off of Siegfried, number 19, and out of bounds.
Paul, did you see the end of that? Let's see if he's going to challenge. Or can you challenge that? You can't.
Well, you can. It's ball in or out.
Yeah, it's ball in or out.
Who did it
no
go
touch.
off of?
He continues with his rights. It looked like his fingers were still on the ball, pushing out. Okay, here we go.
Well, the officials are going to talk about it. Patty Rolfe, outstanding official, called the gold medal match on the women's side of the competition at the Rio Olympic Games, along with Susana Rodriguez. And Bill Wolf is the second referee. Alan Knipe is saying that the ball was...
Well, it looks like Siegfried is pushing straight, and then it stays on on the push out. There, off the tip of his fingers. That's so tight.
So we will have a challenge. These are the areas that can be challenged in college volleyball. Ball in or out, a touch or not at the net. Net violation, ball into the antenna, foot fault at the service line or at the 3-meter line, and 4 touches can also be challenged.
And this one is who touched it last.
Well, and also, but through the years, by interpretation, that if the ball exits on your side, it's your ball because it's deemed that the blocker touched the ball last and deflected it out of bounds. But you don't see me having a whistle around my neck or an official. But it's a big challenge. Remember, we showed you the areas that can be challenged, but it's very important to point out, unlike in international competition, NCAA, you get wow.
It really did look like it kind of stayed on Worsley's hand and went off of his fingers last.
But to finish the point, you get 3 challenges total, and even if you're correct, once you use it, it's gone.
Yep.
If the match does go 5 sets, each team will get an additional challenge. Well, that's a big reversal. 2-point switch, and we're tied at 8. Hawaii's got to let that go.
Yeah.
Tied at a set apiece, tied at 8 in the third. But taking a broader view, once again, if I'm Hawaii, one, you got to move on from this particular controversy, if you will.
Yep.
And you got look at your middles. Dalton Solbrig, 1 for 4. Gassman is 2 for 6. That's not going to get it done over the long haul.
Yeah.
A little historical perspective as Charlie Wade is going to have his say as well. But the officials got to step in. You know, let's go.
Yeah.
The decision's been made. Let's go.
Been made.
But to the point, this is the 91st meeting, Michael, all time between Long Beach State and Hawaii. But guess what? This is the first time ever they've met in the NCAA tournament in any round.
In any round. That's unbelievable.
Long Beach State leading the way with kills out of the middle, but also the Long Beach State middle hitters much more efficient as well. That ball stuffed to the floor by Worsley. He's got to feel pretty good about that one after having lost the challenge previously.
Yep. He did a really nice job.
That's a good play by Worsley, and he shows you some of his hops and some of his athleticism.
Absolutely, and strength. That's weight room.
Tight pass again, and that's going to be...
Got to give the setter a chance to set it.
Well, if any of the ball is in the zone, if any of the ball is in the zone, then Hawaii... That's really close. The rule is, again, any portion of the ball in the plane above the net.
Right.
And then Hawaii would have just as much right to it as would Josh Tuaniga of Long Beach State. But the call has been made.
And no challenge.
Well, that's a judgment call.
That's
not on the growing list of things that can be challenged.
Oh, great save.
Back row, quick combination. DeFalco with a kill. Long Beach is getting caught up with the officials here a little bit.
Hawaii.
Excuse me, Hawaii.
Yeah, Hawaii's getting a little,
thank you, Michael.
A little too involved. I mean, that's just a standard 10-foot line. Balls hit the ground and you roll on through.
Yeah, Solberg was complaining that DeFalco had made contact under the net. But Hawaii has got to put that behind them, put it in the rearview mirror and move on.
Good dig
by Molina, but into the antenna and immediately out of bounds.
All right, there's a kill for the Hawaii middles.
Solberg with just his second kill, matching Gassman now in the front court. Gassman, the former football player, he is a thick kid. Patrick Gassman
wouldn't have wanted to line up across from him.
6'10" junior out of Central California. Ensing after a very slow start, as you pointed out, Michael, really starting to heat it up now with 6 kills.
Couldn't have come at a better time.
Tuaniga getting Ensing one-on-one, the hitter with a big advantage as here comes Ethan Siegfried.
Good touch.
Beautiful free ball pass off the top of the block. And kept alive. That's a legal play now.
I like it.
Seems like Long Beach State is starting to put together phases of the game. Better serving, nice block defense. Siegfried with a really good touch off the block.
Let's not forget Hawaii got off to a great start in this third set. And now Long Beach has brought itself back a lot sooner than it did in set 1.
Hawaii led 5-0 to start this third set. Parapunov and gets that off of DeFalco and out of bounds.
Another great set from Worsley. Sees kind of cheating into that middle, just zips it out to the outside. That's fast and high.
Parapunov now with a dozen kills leading the way for Hawaii. And that ball, a service ace for Worsley. TJ DeFalco was the National Player of the Year, and deservedly so, but I'll tell you what, Joe Worsley, the outstanding setter for the University of Hawaii, got a lot of consideration. Long Beach State, 27-2 on the year. Hawaii, 28-2. after the ace. That ball missed out of bounds. Now 15 service errors for Worsley and Hawaii. Only 2 aces. Service story for Long Beach State. 13 errors, 4 aces. Here's Amato. Quickly out of the middle to Gassman. And we're tied for the 6th time. This 3rd set, things have settled in a little bit.
Passing's much better.
Yeah,
Everything's a little more under control.
Big early lead for Hawaii in the 1st set. They were able to hang on. Then role reversal for Long Beach State in the 2nd. Tied at 13, tied at a set apiece for the national championship. Ensing again, broad jumping a long way.
He had to not only go forward, but wide, I think. That set's way outside and still found room down the line. Let's watch this. Yahoo! That's high flying right there.
Well, that's why you have to serve tough and in at the same time against Long Beach State, because if they're in system, man, they are going at hyperspeed. Nice play again.
Okay. Hawaii really starting to go to their middles. Function of good coaching, good ball control, good setting, mixing things up.
Jakob Telle, 6'6" freshman out of Norway. Played a lot of volleyball. He'll be the setter next year when Worsley graduates. Played in 29 of the 30 matches on the year. Working on Molina. Nice touch out of the middle.
Wow. Go get it.
And Paraponov off the head that time of either Anderson or Ensing and out of bounds. Paraponov now with 13 kills.
Man. That's one of the problems with jumping so high, Paul. Your face is exposed. That one right off the forehead, about 50 feet up in the air.
Not something I usually had to be concerned with.
No, neither one of us.
DeFalco through the block and down.
Man, that's a tough swing, that set coming from over your left shoulder. You got to take your eye off of everything and just go by feel.
DeFalco now with 13.
That's just high, hard heat. Good stuff. Still waiting for him to explode off the jump serve, get on one of those rolls. That's why he's done a good job of keeping him at bay.
Ooh. How about that? Into the cross court, another ace for TJ DeFalco. Talked about Van Tilburg and how busy he will be this summer. So will TJ DeFalco.
Oh, yeah.
He'll be joining the U.S. national team.
Got his work cut out for him.
Yeah, he does. That's a very crowded, talented position.
Talented group of the outside hitters.
Yep.
Nice.
Back-to-back aces for DeFalco. Had 180 coming in. That's the most all-time in Long Beach State history. And adding to that total.
Just padding it right now.
That's his 3rd ace so far in this championship match. Timeout called by Hawaii. We'll step aside. DeFalco and Long Beach State dialing it up from the line. having fun with volleyball coast to coast. That is the hangout, the watch party in Gulf Shores, Alabama. And a quick reminder, tomorrow for the NCAA Championship on the beach, ESPN will bring it to you at 2 Eastern. The NCAA Beach Volleyball Championship duel from Gulf Place Beach in Gulf Shores, Alabama. You can also watch streaming live on the ESPN app from anywhere. There is the bracket. UCLA, the number 2 overall seed. They await the winner coming out from the elimination bracket between LSU and the number 1 overall seed, USC. And USC lost in the first round to Stetson, so they've had to fight their way all the way back and hope to get a shot at the Bruins.
The Hatters of Stetson. Tough squad. The first 8 to ever win.
Apparently so, yeah. DeFalco coming out of the timeout. And
he did not take anything off it.
That ball missed just out of bounds in the cross court.
That was so close. That was right in the corner.
Oh, wow. That would have been DeFalco's 4th ace, but I think it was right. That was just long. Overpass here. Worsley with a slam dunk.
Tuaniga tried to sell it, went up as high and hard as he could and tried to fake out Joe Worsley. Joe had none of it. Said, I'm throwing this thing down. Thought my jousts were good. Wait till you see my throwdown.
Parapunov answering TJ DeFalco from the service line. And we're tied at 17. Boy, this is a very different set than the first 2. First one by Hawaii after they got out to a big lead, and the second one by Long Beach as they too got out quickly. You know, we mentioned that this was a star-studded championship match. The AVCA names a 10-player first-team All-American. 7 of them
on the
play
court
for Long Beach State and Hawaii. Yeah, no, there's no question that these were the top 2 teams so far in the country this year. And we've got a very special guest on hand today. David Ige, the governor of Hawaii, after Hawaii won on Thursday night in their semifinal. He booked his ticket, and it's not unusual for Governor Ige to be in attendance at a Rainbow Warrior match. He's a regular fan when they play before sellouts at the Stan Sheriff Center in Honolulu.
And that's just a testament to the state of Hawaii. Volleyball is just so big there. Both the women and the men have always set attendance records. And so much support, so much love. Ohana out there for volleyball, beach and indoor.
On the women's side, University of Hawaii has won 3 national championships, those under Hall of Fame head coach Dave Shoji. Good pass by Molina. Wow, that is really a good offensive response. Siegfried,
such a great
flying high.
Great timeout, great response to that timeout.
And what about the confidence Tuaniga going outside to the 6'1" sophomore from Honolulu wearing number 17. Rivera now on to serve for Long Beach State. That broke what was the 9th tie so far in this 3rd set. Parapunov blocked straight down. Siegfried, back-to-back big plays.
Siegfried again, great arm swing, up, eyes wide open, pressing over, taking away that line. Boom.
And remember, we talked about it when we looked at the tail of the tape. It was kind of surprising that Long Beach State had outblocked Hawaii pretty significantly, because Hawaii, over the course of the season, was the #1 blocking team in the country. That ball served just out of bounds by Rivera.
Tough break for Rivera. Thought that was going to catch the corner as well. Rivera doing such a great job of serving for Long Beach State in the semis. Young kid out of Puerto Rico. Good future.
Cal once again, both he and Siegfried respectively going at one another. Been some really interesting matchups. You talk about the setting position, Worsley and Tuaniga. The outside hitters, DeFalco going against Stein, Van Tilburg. The liberos going at one another, but also the sort of the do-it-all kind of players on the outside.
Yeah, Cowell and Siegfried going at it. Undersized, but plenty of heart.
That's why these two teams are clearly the best in the country. Van Tilburg putting the hammer down from the outside now with 9 kills for Hawaii.
Little audition before the Netherlands coaches. Hopefully they're tuning in.
I think he's already passed that tryout. Long Beach leading 20-19. Exchanging service errors, 17 service errors now for Hawaii against only 2 aces. Much better numbers for Long Beach. 6 aces in their column against 15 errors. Still looking for sustained pressure from either one of these teams. Well, if one of them can get on a really good roll from the service line, they could get this across the finish line. Working on Van Tilburg.
Nice dig.
Dug by Molina. And that's going to be a center line violation called against Long Beach State. It was Ensing, after he attacked that ball high up into the block, violated the center line.
His broad jumping is insane on that right side. Nullifies a great effort by TJ DeFalco to cover that play, saving it.
There's Worsley going with a short jump float. Net violation is called on DeFalco, and we're tied now for the 10th time. To 25, win by 2. Each team has a timeout remaining. Tuaniga able to muscle that ball to the floor for his 3rd kill. You surprised that Worsley went with that little, what turned out to be an easy jump float?
Got him a point.
It did get them one.
Yeah.
On an error by Long Beach.
He has been one of the few Hawaii players that has been serving consistently tough with the jump serve. How about Tuaniga? He went for the dump, and that was well read by Hawaii. He felt the pressure and just kept pushing. Got the ball down.
Trevor Briggs, 6-foot redshirt sophomore, on to serve. Made a couple of spectacular defensive plays in the semifinals. Parapunov registers the kill once again. Going wrist away now, 14 kills, leading the way for Hawaii. Van Tilburg has 9, and once again, one of the big stories for the Rainbow Warriors, their middles have been pretty quiet.
Pretty quiet.
Tied at 22. And that ball served out of bounds. Remember the end of the second set when Long Beach held on to win. Some very untimely service errors by Hawaii.
We're going to have the 3 uwas. 1, 2, 3, and tee off.
Ball set tight. And missed out of bounds. Still looking for that middle connection. Worsley could not find Gassman.
And that's great leadership by Worsley. Just immediately lifting his arm and saying, that's a bad set, bad decision by me. I'd love to see star players, leaders of their team, take responsibility for their errors as well. That's good sports.
Timeout called by Hawaii, trailing 24-22. So they'll be facing the first of 2 set points when the teams come back out on the floor. Want to remind everybody tonight, after Top Rank Boxing, don't miss Sports Center with Bucci and Anderson. They'll have Warriors Rockets highlights with Stephen A. and Michael Wilbon in Houston with a full breakdown, plus a complete Derby recap you're going to want to watch about the Derby. There was some controversy there. And they'll wrap up a highly entertaining UFC Fight Night 151. Sports Center, 12:30 a.m. Eastern, 9:30 Pacific on ESPN and the ESPN app. Back with Mike Dodd, I'm Paul Sunderland. It was really interesting. I mean, there were no tickets to be had. Yes, this is a smaller facility, officially 4,200. The fire marshal, I think, allowed about 500 standing room only tickets. But there were some posts. Lori Okamura, the president of USA Volleyball, posted, "I do not have any tickets. I may be well connected, but don't ask me because I cannot get you in."
Stop asking.
Tuaniga already has a couple of aces. And with 2 set points, I would imagine that he would go after it.
Good pass. What a touch.
DeFalco off the block and out of bounds.
Biggest plays at the biggest moments, Paul.
DeFalco with the block touch. Tuaniga digging that ball overhand like it was nothing. And then where do you go but to your 4-time first-team All-American? Long Beach wins the third and now leads it 2-1 over Hawaii. Back with more after this. Two teams that know one another all too well, meeting for the 4th time just this volleyball season for the 50th Men's NCAA Volleyball Championship. Long Beach State took the 3rd set 25-22 and now on top 2-1. There you see the scoring line. Hawaii won the opening set. Now Long Beach is just 1 set away from back-to-back championships. I'm Paul Sunderland, joined by Mike Dodd. Charlie Wade, the head coach for Hawaii, told us yesterday we've got to look out for T.J. DeFalco late because that's where they're going to go. And he was absolutely superb, both in block and in transition.
Yeah, that last play with the soft block and getting off the net quick and finishing. You talk about players that can impose their will on a match and at the most crucial times. And T.J. DeFalco is doing that right now.
DeFalco leading the way offensively with 14 kills. Rado Parapunov equaling that number, leading the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors. Look at Long Beach State hitting 500. Again, these are the top 2 offensive teams in the country. Long Beach hit 411 on the year, only to be outpaced by Hawaii's 442.
We're talking about imposing that will. If you look at that second set, Long Beach was out-hit by 40 or 50 percentage points, and still through groveling, blocking, covering, making different plays, got the crowd fired up and got themselves back in it.
Opening point of the 4th.
I love it. I just love that guy. Nick Amato.
Long Beach State playing for the national championship on their home floor, again riding a 42-match winning streak. Jump float ace serve. Amato with the ace.
The rare jump float ace.
And now you look at the service story. That's 7 aces for Long Beach State to only 2. And that doesn't tell the whole story, but Hawaii, 18 errors. That's giving away a lot of free points.
Yep.
Amato again.
Another soft block.
That ball's up. Worsley took a look.
Another good touch.
Gassman, yes, gets the ball to the floor.
Here's the layout. Pancake. Ball's alive, and then another nice decision from Worsley. Getting his middles in ball.
Gassman now with 5 kills. And in the semifinals, he was 8 for 12. Neither he nor Dalton Solbrig, the 2 middle blockers for Hawaii, hitting the ball nearly enough to take some pressure off the outsides. Perfect pass.
Tight.
That ball set way too tight. What a smart play by Colton Cowell. Michael, what do you do there as a blocker? You see the left, the Luigi coming out. You got to know.
Pull back. Pull back. It's hard.
You can't
it's
pull
easier
your
said
hands
than
down.
done. It's easier said than done. That's just a nice play.
Smart play by Cowell.
Cowell just making it happen.
That's a foot fault.
Yeah, sure looked like it.
Boy, it sure did. The Long Beach fans thinking so as well.
I think there's a challenge. There's a challenge. There'll be a challenge.
Well, but would you use a challenge in this situation? Would you use a challenge? I thought it was a foot fault when we watched it live.
Oh, it was obvious.
Well, I thought it was a foot fault. But
it was obvious to, out of the 4,200, about 4,100 were screaming.
But would you use a challenge at 2-2 in the 4th set, knowing that either right or wrong, you know, you're taking one of those challenges that you might need in the 5th set.
Yep.
I know you get an additional one in the 5th. Another look. It was interesting because I looked right at the linesman, and the linesman nodded up and down like it was okay. I thought that was kind of strange. That's a tough overrule. It's as far away from the first referee as possible, and also there's not a dedicated camera to that line, and it has to be 100% conclusive video evidence in order to overrule the call. It's the second referee, Bill Wolf. Head coach Alan Knight.
Well, we got the answer to your first question, Paul, and that is he would use the challenge this early.
I was asking, would you use the challenge?
Yeah, I don't quite understand allowing the second argument.
I agree. Because the decision has been made. I mean, as a head coach, look, you're going to fight for your team and state your case.
Yeah.
But this is where the official, see, this to me, this is wrong. The second referee, it's his responsibility to look at the video evidence and make a decision, which I think he has done. But this is taking too long.
Yeah. All right, then.
And Joe Worsley, the 6'1" senior All-American setter and captain for Hawaii, is coming over and saying, look,
what up?
What up? What's taking so long? Yeah, and it's going to be Hawaii's ball. Ruled officially that the video evidence was inconclusive.
Yep.
And look, it's got to be 100%, not 99. Got to be 100. So point stays on the board for Hawaii, and here comes Gassman again. Way back from the service line.
Good dig.
Not a good set in transition, and Van Tilburg took a big risk against 3 blockers and paid the price. Hawaii won the opening set 25-23. Long Beach won the second, third, each by a score of 25-22. Here's Tuaniga already with a couple of aces so far in the match. Paraponov off of DeFalco and out of bounds.
Paraponov's been having great success reaching high and chopping that line. That time tooling TJ DeFalco out of bounds. Van Tilburg with a perfect reception that play.
Tough serve. Insane going off speed.
Pretty.
Beautifully disguised roll shot.
And give Jordan Molina some credit. High spinny pass. And he sets that ball on a dime. Nice bump set from the libero.
A lot of opposites have trouble in rotation 1, hitting out on the left side, but got to remember that Kyle Ensing, first couple of seasons at Long Beach, trained as an outside hitter as well. And he steps in and passes a lot, which makes Long Beach a little bit different animal in terms of their serve reception. Tied at 4. Long Beach State, the number 2 seed, defending national champions, looking for their 3rd ever title. Paraponov is stuffed by Anderson.
They're thinking, they're trying to say that ball went inside of the block. Ref says no, that's point.
No, that's a block by Anderson. Yeah, that's a very nice block.
All set up with the jump serve.
And remember what Coach Wade of Hawaii said. Got to get DeFalco off the line, and he gets himself off the line. That's a break for Hawaii.
Yep.
Kyle having a good match for Hawaii. Good in reception, also adding 7 kills to his column. Quickly to the outside again, and speaking of his counterpart, Ethan Siegfried out of Honolulu for Long Beach State, wearing number 19, now with 5 kills, doing a really good job.
Yeah, Siegfried's really settled down. He was a little anxious at the start, had a few unforced errors and a few bad passes, but since then, he's been solid, and every play he gives energy back to his team. A real spark plug.
Remember, Siegfried just moved into the starting lineup recently. And you can see why. Stuff block by Ensing.
Boy, Ensing came all the way over and really sealed that 3-man block. There was nowhere to go.
Wow. 9 stuff blocks now for Ensing and Long Beach State.
Look at that.
Hawaii with only 4 stuffs. Solbrig able to get that ball to the floor, number 11 in white. Really good in the semifinal. 6 of 10 attacking, and no errors for Solbrig out of Lindenhurst, Illinois. Look at that.
There you see it, Paul.
That's the story of the match. And again, talking with a Rainbow Warrior coaching staff, they serve in 87% of the time.
Not tonight.
Not tonight, not so far, but look where we are.
Yeah.
Look where we are. Very, very close match, as have been the previous 3.
Well, I
and
think
Hawaii now trailing by 2.
These teams have so much talent and so much heart that sometimes the statistics throw them out the door because there's a lot of grit and a lot of changes and a lot of big plays that just you don't see. Sorry, Mike.
The apology to our statistician.
Yeah.
Stats don't matter.
Covers, great jump serves that get overpassed for easy straight down crushes.
Well, but so far, usually hitting percentage dictates who wins and who loses.
Yeah.
And Hawaii is leading in that category.
Yep.
But it's all of the free points from the service line. And now they win one. Who is going to get on a roll serving the ball?
Yep.
Sustained pressure. Getting your opponent out of system and scoring some points with aces when you can.
Just off the platform.
Jordan Molina, Long Beach through and through. Went to Long Beach City College before coming to Long Beach State. And quickly out of the middle off the perfect pass. Nick Amato, number 25 in black with a kill. His 5th.
Jordan Molina bounces right back with just a perfect pass on a dime. How about Jordan already graduated working on his master's? Love players like that.
For the second time, a second-team All-American this year, and deservedly so. Here comes Siegfried. Tough serve. Oh, just out of bounds. Just a little bit long.
Siegfried got a good amount of heat on that thing. Hawaii players ducking, diving, getting out of the way. Just missed.
Van Tilburg. Look at that. Nice combination play. Ensing that time attacking out of the middle back.
Boy, Ensing had a rough semifinal, had a rough start to this final, and has really turned things around. 10 kills. Big blocks, digs.
Amato's got a good jump floater already with 1 ace in the match.
What a dig, one-hand stab.
To the outside again. Cowell is dug a couple of times. Quickly out to DeFalco. Smart shot to reset the point. And Ensing off the edge and down. Really smart by DeFalco. Up into the block, offensive rebound.
Know your moments. How good was Karch Karaya doing that, Paul? Plays that just weren't perfect, that weren't in his wheelhouse, off the Russian block, and run it again. And that was DeFalco doing his best imitation of our boy Karchi.
Gassman able to get that ball off the defense of Long Beach State on the back quick. Gassman now with half a dozen kills.
Gassman with such a compact swing, but still gets a lot of heat on it. Nice player. 6'10".
Jakob Telle. A little bit different look with a left-handed jump serve. Hawaii trailing by 1. DeFalco. Wow. Into the deep cross-court corner. The ball was called out.
Here comes another challenge.
Right, but is that Long Beach State's last challenge? Remember, we talked about the one early. Head coach Alan Knipe is going to challenge that ball in or out.
Is he challenging the touch? Is he challenging the in-out?
Well, you can only challenge one.
Oh.
I think that ball's in. What do you think, Michael?
This angle looks in by quite a bit. Maybe this one might not take so long, Paul, and might not have as big an argument after.
So here are the areas that can be challenged. If I'm a pretty good lip reader, and I guess I am after all this time, I think Coach Knipe was asking that ball challenged in or out. The ball was initially called out. Touch off the block, net touch, and the call is going to be reversed. And we're being told that that is Long Beach State's third and final challenge. Unless this goes to a fifth set, they'll get another one. So remember the challenge that Long Beach State took at 2-all.
Yep.
That could be a big factor.
I like 12-9 better than 11-10. I'll tell you that much. If it had gone the other way. Oh, got it.
Tuaniga will continue to serve. Largest lead of this fourth set for Long Beach State. We talked about the margin between these two teams, razor thin, and so far, we talked about it. People were asking me before this match what was going to decide it, and I said whoever is the better serving team over the long period of time, and so far it's been Long Beach State. And that's why they're ahead 2-1.
Now, is this?
Well, now they're talking about having the score right.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. We have it as 12-10, but in the arena they're showing it at 12-9. Last time I checked, the score was kind of important. You know, you mentioned Karch, and a lot of people are going to be thinking, because, wait a minute, TJ DeFalco, 4-time first-team All-American. Well, so was Karch Kirai, but that was before the AVCA, the American Volleyball Coaches Association, existed. So we've got to set that record straight historically as well. Karch Kirai, now head coach of the USA national team. They've got a very important summer coming up, as does John Speraw, the head coach at UCLA, and the men's national team head coach. It's a World Cup and Olympic qualification summer. A lot of respect between these. You see Charlie Wade, you see what he just said to Alan Knight? That ball was in. Well, they're making sure and checking twice. And while we've got a moment, want to remind you ESPN's coverage of the NCAA Championship continues tomorrow with the NCAA Beach Volleyball Championship at 2 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. For more information, go to ncaa.com, the official online home for all 90 NCAA championships. Back with Olympic silver medalist Mike Dodd. I'm Paul Sunderland. And it has been as expected. Fourth meeting of the year, the previous three meetings. Long Beach State won twice, Hawaii won once. All the wins were on the victorious team's home floor, and each of the matches went the full 5 sets. So this is Patty Rolfe, the first referee, is now down over at the scorer's table. This is very, very rare.
Well, Paul, this match has had it all, so
why not?
Why not this? We're hearing it could be a substitution issue, maybe off the score issue. Pretty sure it's 12-10.
Yeah, in the building, they've corrected the score at 12-10.
Okay.
And Patty Rolfe, for a long, long time, has been one of the best in the business. She would try to get this sorted out as expeditiously as possible.
Coming back to the referee stand.
Now the question for you, and we had a quick shot at Charlie Wade, now in his 10th year. He's done a wonderful job at the University of Hawaii, rebuilding a very, very proud program. But, you know, what does he need to do, or get his team to do, to get back in touch with Long Beach State? I know it's only a 2-point advantage, just kind of feels like more. And that ball served out of bounds. That delay can really break your rhythm as a server, and it did for Tuaniga. That gets Rado Parapunov and Hawaii back within 1. That's going to be trouble. That's into the antenna, and a hitting error and setting ball control error by Long Beach State. And much like in the third set, tied again. There were 10 ties in that third set before Long Beach State prevailed. DeFalco off the top of the block and down into the deep cross-court corner. Number 10 and number 11, Tuaniga and DeFalco, once again played in high school together, played together since 8th grade. DeFalco comes from a family of 7 siblings, all of them homeschooled, all of whom their names begin with T, and all good volleyball players.
Make a 6-man team.
Yeah, 7 players, enough with a libero. Yeah, you got a full contingent. Tied for the 8th time. Chance for Hawaii to take the lead. Back row combination. The play was there, but Cal, maybe the ball set a little bit too low.
Simone Anderson doing a nice job of holding his ground and getting up, really taking that angle away from Powell.
Or remember that opportunity, potential 2-point switch going in favor of Long Beach State, now back on top by 1. Barapunov, ball still alive. Do you go middle if you're Worsley? Yes, you do. And there's
like
a net violation called against Amato. That's a break for Hawaii.
Long Beach State with a couple great digs in that rally. Amato just gives so much effort that sometimes he just can't keep himself out of that net.
The 9th tie of the 4th set. Back row combination, and that ball off of Gassman and out of bounds. We'll step aside. We'll take the media timeout. Long Beach State on top of Hawaii. 2-1.
NCAA Men's Volleyball Championship is brought to you by the Lexus RC line. See your Lexus dealer.
Welcome back once again to beautiful Long Beach, California, the 50th Men's NCAA Volleyball Championship. Those 49ers on top 15-14 here in the 4th in 2-1. And let's take a look at all the teams that have won back-to-back titles. And it's been happening a lot over the last decade. UCLA 19 in total, Pepperdine, but UC Irvine, Loyola Chicago, and Ohio State all doing it since 2010, and Long Beach State trying to join that group as well. Long Beach State beat UCLA in 5 sets last year. UCLA led 2-1 and led 11-8 in the 4th set before Long Beach State came back and took it in 5, and Nick Amato was able to put down championship point.
Just got a little excited after that kill.
That was the 2nd national championship for Long Beach State. in their 11th NCAA tournament and 8th championship match. Alan Knight led the 49ers to their first ever championship, the head coach, in 1991. Parapunov ripping into the cross court. That was a big time swing.
Big time pass as well by Stein Van Tilburg. Taking that ball right off the line. Perfect pass and what a tough hit cross court.
Tied at 15. Must win situation for Worsley and Hawaii. Back row, quick combination. That is almost impossible to defend. 18 kills now for DeFalco.
Yeah, Amato gets more pleasure out of getting the blockers up in the air and seeing his boy TJ finish than when he gets a kill. Watch him come down. Oh man, DeFalco hits those play sets. Such quickness and explosiveness. It's so fun to watch.
And maybe if they run the play again, if you're Hawaii's blockers, maybe not so much respect for Amato and maybe a little bit more for the reigning two-time NCAA Player of the Year.
A little baby jump instead of a full jump.
Long Beach State serving has dropped off in this particular set. 21 total, but 6 in this set. And Van Tilburg can't take advantage. 6 missed sets for Long Beach State. That is not the sustained pressure that their head coach was looking for. But they lead it 2-1 and 17-16 here in the fourth. Trevor Briggs on to serve now for Long Beach State. And misses that one. 7 free points where Hawaii had to do nothing in order to move the scoreboard. Tied at 17. Can Hawaii take advantage? Gassman back at the line.
He's been one of their most consistent servers. Gone on a couple good runs. See if Gassman's got another one in him.
Good touch on the block. A chance again for Hawaii. Down the line. Beautiful play that time for Colton Cowell.
That's just a world-class play all the way around. Cowell one-on-one on the outside, gets the soft block, then gets up and just delivers down the line. Just 6'2".
Timeout called by Long Beach State. The 9th kill for Colton Cowell after a superb semifinal. 15 of 27 with only 2 errors in this semifinal. Well, we've got a timeout. Let's remind you once again, tomorrow at 2 Eastern Time, the NCAA Women's Volleyball Championship will be decided.
Only 3 teams remain on the beach here at Gulf Shores for the NCAA Beach Volleyball National Championship. USC survived the elimination bracket and now will play in a semifinal duel tomorrow for a spot in the national title duel.
Yeah, just 3 teams left. I believe that it is anyone's ball game. Who can play the best volleyball of the year on one single day? UCLA definitely has the advantage being the defending champs.
Yeah, and they'll have some time to rest. They don't have to play until that championship duel. We will have it for you at 2 Eastern on ESPN on Sunday. USC, the number 1 seed, surviving the elimination portion of the bracket. One more dual win for them, but they'll have to get past LSU to do it. We will have the championship for you on Sunday at 2 Eastern.
That's coming up tomorrow on ESPN. You saw that the match between USC and LSU coming up in the morning out here on the West Coast, and then the championship at 11 o'clock Pacific time, 2 on the East Coast. UCLA waiting in the wings, looking to make it back-to-back, and USC, if they're able to advance, that would be their 3rd championship in the brief history of that ever-growing tournament.
Yeah, everyone knows UCLA and USC, but LSU, they're growing. Their program has gotten better and better the last few years, so
they were the
not going to be a cakewalk for USC.
They were the 5th overall seed. It would not be a surprise to see LSU in the championship match. Back row combination again. Ensing able to put that ball away.
A Again, I think the Hawaii players are arguing that we got our hand on the ball. At least it was long enough so when the guy comes underneath the net, you got to call it.
I think they've got an argument. You have to be very, very careful. The officials both agreeing, both Patty Rolfe, the number 1 referee, and Bill Wolf, the umpire, that ball was down, that was very, very close.
Yep.
Tied at 18. Must win for Hawaii, trailing 2-1.
And at the end of sets, watch out for this guy's serve. That's usually when he gets it going.
That ball set too tight. Quickly to the outside. Also a setting error. That ball was set tight, and Ensing and Anderson just went up there and gobbled it up.
Boy, Ensing gets up so high on that line block and just smothers the ball. Head well over the net, just throws it down.
That's the one thing you can't do to an undersized outside hitter, is trap him right on top of the net. And that's what happened that time. A very rare miscue from the All-American setter Joe Worsley to the outside to Colton Cowell. A challenge for Hawaii, looking for a net violation against Long Beach State.
Well, Cowell's been able to get away with a couple of really tight sets, but it's against Tuaniga. Not that time. Kyle Ensing, who on a couple of these replays, I'm seeing head, shoulders, everything over the net. Just a physical specimen.
Ensing has also spent some time with John Spera's U.S. national team. They will both be invited to the nearby training camp coming up in anticipation of this summer's Volleyball Nations League and Olympic qualification tournaments. Once again, Hawaii looking for a net violation. Oh, they're talking about earlier in the rally.
I didn't see one there.
Nope.
I saw a great pickup and cover by Ensing here, keeping the ball alive. Here's the ruling.
Call stands, so Hawaii, by our count, has 1 challenge remaining, and Long Beach State is out of challenges unless we go to 5 sets. Tuaniga back at the line again.
Can he keep the sustained pressure, Paul?
Ace serve down the line.
He's been so good. So good at crunch time with his serving and decision making.
Tuaniga now with his 3rd ace, and as a team, Long Beach State with 9 aces. We'll step aside. Hawaii really up against it, trailing 20-18 in the 4th. The watch party continues at the Hangout in Gulf Shores, Alabama. Hey, Michael, it's 3 hours later there. They got matches to play tomorrow. We got to put a lid on this watch party.
Might be a couple of squads that are out of it, having a little fun.
Long Beach State on top, 20-18, and leading 2-1. That ball might have been out of bounds. Saved legally by Worsley. Oh, what a play! Tremendous play by number 1 Worsley, and then Cowell staying with it and being aggressive to get that ball to the floor.
Remember this play, Paul. Ball just barely travels outside the antenna. Great job, and then Cowell off the block and down.
That might have been a match point save.
Yep.
That would have been Long Beach with a 3-point lead. Ensing. Roll shot again.
That's two beautiful roll shots Ensing has done out there on that left side. Big plays at big times, Paul. All the stars are coming through.
And Hawaii has got to get out of this rotation with DeFalco at the line. Rainbow Warriors trailing by 2. Big break for Hawaii. Cal will go back to the line, 21-20.
See DeFalco over there just yelling at himself. Guy's got so much fight.
Into the middle to Anderson. That's the fine line that you walk, Michael. That was just an easy roll serve, gobbled up by DeFalco.
And great job by DeFalco. He's screaming at himself, so upset that he missed the serve before. But great players have short memories, Paul. Forget that and focus on the pass, and he passed it on a dime.
He and the rest of his senior teammates, what a legacy they will leave here at Long Beach State. But this isn't over yet. Good pass by Cal. Tip to the floor, nice play by Worsley. You mentioned it before first serve, and we should remind everybody watching, Long Beach State has won 42 matches in a row in this building. They have not lost since March 16th, 2016 to UCLA.
That's a good run, Paul.
Solbrig back at the line. Hawaii trailing by 1. Easy jump float. Touch on the block and out of bounds. Nice kill by Siegfried.
Crunch time, Siegfried steps in, takes that floaty with the hands, and then slides outside to finish. Everybody's contributing.
Tuaniga really shows a lot of confidence in Siegfried, among others, and Anderson, the sophomore, out of the middle. Long Beach State, 2 points away. Timeout called by Hawaii. I like this timeout. It's a good timeout.
Absolutely.
If you're Hawaii, you need one side out, you're back within 1. But you got to side out here. For Long Beach State, mentioned their 11th overall NCAA tournament appearance, 8th time in the championship match. They won in '91, they won last year. For Hawaii, it's their 7th ever NCAA tournament. They were in the finals in 2002. They beat Pepperdine, but that title was vacated. And so this would officially be Hawaii's first ever NCAA championship on the men's side. They've won 3 times on the women's side in '82, '83, and '87. Some of the preeminent programs, you're looking at men's and women's volleyball championships. The only schools to win both men's and women's, Long Beach State, Penn State, Stanford, USC, and UCLA. It reminds me, Hawaii having a really tremendous record-setting year. 25 wins in a row, a school record, 28 wins, a school record, and 74 sets in a row to start the season. So you know that they are a quality team that's been in some tough spots. And that's where they are right now.
Yeah, and Charlie Wade, you know, he's just telling them one pass, one focus, one play at a time. But I agree with you, Paul. This is almost a must side out for Hawaii.
Ensing back at the line. Tough serve. What a pass by Cal. And cracked into the cross court. Talk about some pressure plays, starting with number 17. Colton Cowell.
That pass was outstanding. Cowell just laying out off his right side, putting it on a dime. And how about the finish?
Got to be a tough serve. Got to be in. Back row combination. Where else are you going to go late?
And Hawaii read it.
Yep.
They had 3 blockers full tilt, and DeFalco just high, hard off the hands. to set up match point.
NCAA championship point. Siegfried back at the line, the first of 2 championship points for Long Beach State. Paraponov, no, they go to Van Tilburg, high up off the block and out of bounds. Stein Van Tilburg, the 6'8 senior out of the Netherlands. Talk about a couple of pressure swings.
Top players
Wow.
at crunch time doing what they do best.
Van Tilburg has been pretty quiet from the service line all match long. Championship point again for Long Beach State. DeFalco. A chance for Hawaii to tie. Tight set to Paraponov. DeFalco again, ball set too tight, but he slugs it down through. The 20th kill for TJ DeFalco, the second NCAA championship for he and an amazing senior class. But it wasn't exactly easy at the end. Hawaii had chances.
And Paul, we talked about all that pressure, defending it on your home court, and now let the party begin for Long Beach State.
Kyle Ensing, Jordan Molina, Josh Tuaniga, TJ DeFalco, Nick Amato. 4 years here at Long Beach State, twice into the semifinals, and 2 national championships, and the last one coming in their home gym. And if you didn't think it made a difference, guess again. Look at the scores. 25-23, 25-22, 25-22, and 25-23. Hawaii had a chance. A couple of balls just set a little bit too tight, a little bit too wide. And to DeFalco getting a little bit fortunate against a very, very big block. And Alan Knipe has won his 3rd national championship. He won one as a player, as an All-American for Long Beach State in 1991. And now
2 as a coach.
And he and the 49ers go back-to-back. So congratulations to the University of Hawaii on a record-setting season. And they have battled Long Beach State all season long. But it was Long Beach State at home behind the NCAA and ABCA Player of the Year, TJ DeFalco, coming out on top. Long Beach State are your back-to-back NCAA champions.